Well, if there are kids in your household, then your thoughts are probably turning right now to back to school, all the needs that kids have. We're talking about new clothes, the school supplies, all those things are on the list, but what about school lunches? Well, with First Lady Michelle Obama's launching of the Let's Move initiative, as well as national concerns about childhood obesity in this country, it really is an epidemic. School lunches are definitely changing. Here to tell us what he is doing about it and what you can do is our good friend, Chef Ozzie from Heartland Sweeteners. Hello, Chef Ozzie. Good morning to you.
How are you today? I'm glad to be back here.
I am so glad to have you back here with us because you're involved in the Chef's Move to School campaign, and it is led by our First Lady, Michelle Obama. It's a nationwide initiative. Tell us more about it, and what is the national goal?
The national goal is to really teach kids and educate kids on eating healthy, making great choices in schools, getting fresh fruits and vegetables into schools, and just making overall healthy choices and decisions early on. And
it is really wonderful what the First Lady is doing, and also with what you're doing. And I understand that you were at the White House, and I have to ask you, how exciting was that to be at the White House? You're standing there on the lawn with your peers, with other celebrities, with the First Lady. Tell us what that was like.
That was really exciting. I mean, and you know, I really have a passion for, you know, this whole program.
Yeah, I know you do.
That really made it, you know, a lot more intense to be there. It was fun, it was great, but you know, the initial goal of the whole program is really to get kids to eat healthy. We got such an obesity epidemic happening in this country. You know what, and I'm so happy to be part of this program. You know, I'm a healthy choice, making healthy substitutions and healthy product type of chef anyway, so this is a perfect fit for me.
I know now he's running marathons too, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, so he really is taking this healthy thing to a great level, which I think is being such a great role model. And in addition to this, you've adopted a school, right, in your hometown. You're working with the West Clay Elementary School in Carmel, Indiana, where your youngest son went to school. So tell me what you're doing there, and how do the kids feel about Dad kind of coming back to their school?
Well, my kids are kind of glad that, you know, they're out of that school. They moved on to the middle school. He's coming in because, you know, kids at that age get embarrassed, and, you know, they don't want any part of that. And, you know, this is a great school. I mean, what happens was, you know, we have to partner up. There's a lot of schools that have to sign up for this program as well, and then the chefs sign up, and then we got to get matched up. And I thought, what a perfect match in my own community where my kids went through the system to get matched up with the school. And this school is fantastic. These guys are already on the right path, doing the right things. I'm just there to help them and support any programs that they currently have going on or would like to have me involved in moving forward to help educate the kids, educate the parents, educate the administrators on making the right choices, healthy, and getting healthy eating into these kids now.
Yeah, I think that's great. I know you had your first meeting with the students. When was it? Last May. And so as you work with West Clay Elementary, really, what do you want students then to learn from your role there?
I just want them to, you know, to know that food is not intimidating. It shouldn't be intimidating. Healthy, simple substitutions to your everyday food, making the right choices. That's it. It's plain and simple. Very easy.
I was going to say, also introducing them to foods that they may not even really be familiar with, I think is an important part of this too, because getting a kid to eat a Brussels sprout, come on now.
Asparagus, broccoli.
Things like that, exactly.
Right, and I want them to look at me as like the fun guy. He's coming in, you got nutritionists, you got dietitians in the school system, but I want to be the fun guy. You know, if Chef Ozzie can eat it, and he can make it, and he's going to eat it himself, hey, so can we, and we can take that home too. Oh,
wonderful. Well, we just saw some great video of you at the school, and so we really want to thank the student-run TV department at the school for filming and sharing this with us. So big shout out right now to CHTV, the Carmel High School Advanced TV production class. And you know, one of the things that we were talking about earlier before we went on is, you know, by doing something like this, Chef Ozzie, there really can be a domino effect, right? Because I think if kids see this happening in the classroom and they see someone like Chef Ozzie coming in and saying, this is cool, this is really great, they can take this home and say, listen, Mom, I want you to make asparagus. How do we make Brussels sprouts? How do we do this, right?
Right. You're absolutely right, Daniel. Our initial goal here is we hope that it's a domino effect, you know what I mean? Because we want this to get home. We want it to, you know, pass down to administration, parents, so that parents know what's going on in there. The kids are bringing home some neat new ideas, substitutions, great stuff that they've tried now, that their mom would be like, you never ate that at home, and now you want to try it?
Right, exactly.
That's the goal. That's the goal. If, you know, if we could do 1 or 2 of those a year, would be progress, you know what I mean?
All right, so stick around, Chef Ozzie, because we're heading over to the kitchen. You're going to show me a thing or two. When we come back, Chef Ozzie and I will move to our kitchen to check out some easy, yes, easy recipes and simple ideas that we can use to pack a healthier lunch for our children. So stick around. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back to the balancing act, everybody. We are here with Chef Ozzie from Heartland Sweeteners. He is the master of slashing sugar and cutting calories. Now, before the break, Chef Ozzie was telling us about his participation in the Chefs Move to Schools initiative created by First Lady Michelle Obama, where the goal is to get chefs into the schools and working together to help children make healthier food and beverage choices. And now we want to focus outside the school lunchroom and on those lunches that moms like me lovingly pack for our kids many of those cold mornings. Chef Ozzie, let's jump right into this. I say cold mornings because I'm up at 6. Nobody's up. I'm making their lunches. Show us what you got here because I'm so interested in this.
And you're going to see as we go along here, you can prep this earlier in the week so it's ready all week long.
Okay.
Easy. Didn't we say it was easy?
And that's what I need.
It's going to be easy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just start down here. Your traditional lunchbox. We're going to use these 100% natural juices, no sugar added. And what you can do is freeze these, right?
Okay.
Use that as your ice pack. And then at lunch, they have a nice little slushy, a neat little treat.
Woohoo! Round of applause, Chef Ozzie. You are already starting off on the right foot with me. I love it. Great ideas.
All right, another one here, 100% natural juices, no sugar added.
Okay.
We're going to make our own little special drink for the kids. Instead of buying those little boxes that are loaded with sugar, we're going to make our own. 100% juices, spring water, ideal no-calorie sweetener. Mix it up again. You could do it earlier in the week, make a big pitcher of it, fill up their container to take to school.
I love it. Great idea.
Whole wheat breads. Get rid of the white breads.
It's tough, though, to get them to, to get them to eat the whole wheat.
But it's possible, right?
Okay.
It is possible. Make them in fancy little shapes, small little shapes, bite size, right? Make them fun.
It has to be fun.
They don't have a whole lot of time at lunch.
That's
true.
true.
Now we're going to make it a little easier for them. Simple vegetables, right? Send them to school instead of chips and all this other stuff that the kids go to school with. Simple, fresh, seasonal vegetables. Put them in a little bag. Pop them in the lunchbox, right? This is a little dip that I use. And what I like to use, Danielle, is instead of the sour creams and dips, a Greek yogurt.
What is it about Greek yogurt that you love?
I love everything about it. It's no fat.
Yeah.
It's got 9 grams more protein, which everyone needs. And it's got no sugar. You'll see, we're going to make one here in a minute.
I can't wait.
Add some salsa, more, less, whatever you like to get the taste. But it's a neat little dip for the kids.
That is
Put it in a
nice.
nice little container like that. Send it off to school. Apples, strawberries. Kids love fruits, right? But they like them really, really sweet.
The sweeter, the better.
Right, so send some packets of Ideal with them in their lunchbox, sprinkled on there, they will love you.
They can make it sweeter themselves.
They're going to think it's candy.
Absolutely.
Right? This is where you're going to help me.
Okay.
Right? I'm going to show you a real simple one to the little packages of yogurt that are loaded with sugar. A lot of them are lower fat. You can get lower fat ones, but this is easy, moms. And what you can do on Sundays, get the kids involved.
Yeah. Get
a big container. Make enough of these yogurts to last the whole week. A lot of this stuff you can do on Sundays. Participate with your kids. Get the stuff made, packaged up, these dips and stuff we have, and then you're all set for the whole week. So all you're going to do is take some more of this Greek yogurt that I so adore and love, right? Just put it in a bowl, and you can make, like I said, you can make a bunch of this on the weekend. Add some fresh fruit. We're just going to add some strawberries here. You can use peaches. You can use blueberries. You can use kiwi.
Got your strawberries.
Whatever the kids like. And then some Ideal no-calorie sweetener. Just going to sprinkle some of that in there.
And then you stir it all together.
Just to sweeten it up, stir it up, put it in these nice little packages, pop it in the lunchbox. They're all set. And like I said, you can make these ahead for the week. Stir it up.
I love it because I feel like stirring and eating right now. Go ahead and keep talking, Chef Ozzie. I'm listening.
You can also, in these yogurts, you can use some of the all-fruit spreads.
Just make sure it's all fruit, though, right? And you can put that
Look
in there.
Look at the labels.
And make it,
the ones that are loaded with sugar, get rid of them. Cookies, right?
Yeah.
I have a bunch of cookies in my cookbook. Great recipes in there. Small pieces, small little bite size. Stick them in a little bag. You pop them in the lunchbox.
Cute. I love that.
And they can participate. They can make this stuff on the weekend. They have cookies all week.
So nice, absolutely.
Pudding, same thing. You make puddings and jellos for the kids using Ideal no-calorie sweetener.
Who does not love pudding? But the thing is, I don't let them eat it because it's got so much.
And why is this one so good made with Ideal?
Why?
You tell me. What are we saving in there?
Because it's got less sugar.
And how much?
50%. I'm going to guess.
21 grams. 50 calories, 21 grams.
50 calories saved, right?
50
and
calories
then you've got that 21 grams. Oh my gosh.
Per serving, right?
I love that. And these just look so good, and they smell great.
Yeah, these are really neat. These are just cinnamon crisp, right? Instead of regular chips or a dessert alternative, again, I'm using the Greek yogurt with some cinnamon and some Ideal in there. Sweeten it up, make a neat little dip for them. Something that no other kid's going to bring to school. But it's simple.
I love that.
Simple. And then we got these fruits. Whole fruit is good for kids. Instead of putting the big ones in there, there's smaller versions of everything at the store that you can buy.
Absolutely.
Bananas may not be available all over the country, but you know what? Little peaches, little apples, little pears, smaller portions of everything, right?
There's such great tips for moms. I mean, this is great for me.
Is it not easy?
It's so easy.
It looks hard,
it was going to be easy.
Right.
You delivered.
That's the goal.
All right, Chef Ozzie. He's coming to my house to pick my lunches every Sunday, so make it easier for Mom. And if you'd like some of these recipes for your kids' lunchboxes, or if you want to know more about Ideal No-Calorie Sweetener for your meals and your snacks, simply go to the website idealsweet.com.